one too many times. Feeling like it never ends. Back again, square one.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video and tuning in. I've got a good one for you. So today we're going to be talking about 6 months of owning a Dodge Challenger. We're going to go over my thoughts, my experiences, and overall just exactly how I felt about owning this car. Obviously for me, I'm going to be a little bit biased. I've always been a huge fan of the Dodge Challenger since I was about 9 years old. So definitely going to get a little bit of a biased opinion, but we're going to talk about it. I'll give you a 6-month review, show you the things I've done in the 6 months that I've owned my car, and give you a little update on what's going to be happening and get you guys up to speed with what you've missed on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Tried to leave myself behind, looking for a better place, not to stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Truth, but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated.
Alright, so the first thing I gotta talk about when you're owning the Dodge Challenger is the number one thing you gotta know is definitely it is a rear-wheel drive car. What do I mean by that? The rear wheels spin and spin and spin and spin. You are not going to get traction. It is very difficult to get traction. You do burnouts at 65 miles per hour driving down the interstate. Basically what I'm getting at is if you're not careful, you will spin this car out until there's no tires and no rims left. It will just continue spinning those back wheels until there's nothing left. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's actually freaking incredible. A muscle car is defined as a V8 engine or larger in a car that is rear-wheel drive. This is a version of a muscle car. So, is that a bad thing for the Dodge Challenger? No, not at all. It is actually an incredible thing. It is so fun to press the accelerator and either spin out, or if you do hook up, you can just feel the power being put down to those back tires and you just take off like a bat out of hell. So, definitely not a dig on the Dodge Challenger that it is a rear-wheel drive car. It just makes it much more difficult to hook up. Especially from a dig. A rolling, you know, it'll probably hook, but first time I experienced this was actually about 3 days after I purchased it. I was taking it to the shop to get clear bra put on it, and on the way there, I went to pass someone in the left lane, and I was on the interstate, so I was doing like 65, and I pressed the accelerator, and I'd driven a rear-wheel drive truck all the way up till I got this car, and so I'm used to, you know, rear-wheel drive slipping a little bit in the rain and the snow and whatnot. But I pressed the accelerator, and come to find out, you can do a burnout at 65 miles per hour in these vehicles. So that being said, definitely something to know and realize when you're driving this. You have to understand that the power is going only to those rear wheels. So spinning out is a very likely option. But definitely not a detriment to the car. It is just part of the characteristic that makes these cars so great. Number 2 that you should be aware of, I really only have 2 complaints about this car. One of them's not really a complaint, it's just more of if you're one of those people that kind of half pays attention when you drive, may not be the best car for you. So basically the C and D pillars, or the 3 and 4 pillars on the vehicle, that being this guy and the opposite one, those pillars, when you're in the driver's seat, you basically cannot see any cars that are off your right rear and left rear quarter panels. I know you can get these cars with the blind spot assist, so the little indicator on the mirror will light up and like show you, hey, there's a car on your right or a car on your left. I didn't get it with this car. For me personally though, I tend to pay attention when I'm driving, especially when I'm driving a car of this caliber. I like to drive, so I want to be driving. I don't want to be doing other things, but I know some people like to fiddle with their phone, eat food, take drinks, whatever. The case may be, something to think about when you're purchasing these is definitely look into getting the blind spot assist. I know you'll see in a future video why that becomes important. Just stay tuned and you'll find out. Not in this video, but it'll be probably, let's see, what's the date now? It'll be about 6 more weeks from now and you'll find out. Anyways, so I know in this car it doesn't have it, so I definitely have to pay more attention who I'm passing or who's passing me, so I know whether there's a car on the right or left. It makes passing much more difficult. But when I say much more difficult, it mean that is as if you're not paying attention. If you're paying attention, it doesn't make passing difficult at all. You just have to know whether there's someone on the right or your left. The second complaint for the vehicle, the first one, like I said, really wasn't a complaint. It was just more of a kind of driver option, whether you're paying attention, not paying attention, or if you decide to go with the upgrade or not. That being said, my second complaint is actually a complaint. So my daily driver vehicle is a manual, and I tend to use the dead pedal a lot on that manual car. So I'm constantly, taking my left foot off the clutch and onto the dead pedal, off and on. So when I get in this, it is not a manual, it is an automatic, but there's a dead pedal in there. The dead pedal, which is designed to put your left foot on when you're not using it, is absolutely too small in this vehicle. I wear a size 11 shoe, which I would say is an average size foot for an adult male, and my foot takes up this much space. This dead pedal is like that big. So my big toe is constantly hanging off the side of it, and I just constantly feel like I have to keep adjusting my foot to the left. That is by far my only complaint with this vehicle. The engine. What's under the hood? Absolutely incredible. The trunk space. There's so much trunk space in this, I can fit 3 suitcases, 2 dead bodies, and a pig back there. The Twinkie holders in the doors, outstanding. There's so much room. You can put Twinkies and corn dogs in there all day long. The only complaint on this vehicle is the dead pedal. Make it bigger. Dodge, if you're listening, add 3 inches, 2 inches, whatever it may be. Make it so my big toe does not slip off, please. Next thing. So the next thing about this car, there's a lot of debate. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups for Challengers. I'm on Instagram with Challengers, all that good stuff. Nobody can seem to give me a straight answer, which I think I know the answer, because right here on the coil cover, right here, it says powered by SRT. But everyone goes on and on about whether this is an SRT vehicle or not. It is a Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. It is made by Mopar, and it is also made and powered by SRT. If you ask me, this is an SRT vehicle, Street and Racing Technologies. That's what this vehicle is. So I think if you own a Scat Pack and you put an SRT badge on it, you are 100% okay to do that. I do not think that you are being ridiculous, and I do not think that you are up badging. Scat Pack, Hellcat Red Eye, Super Stock, Demon, all the above. Those are powered by SRTs. It's an SRT vehicle. When I start the car, it says SRT across the screen. Sorry. You can argue with me. We'll discuss it in the comments. Feel free. Anyways, so overall 6-month review of owning this car though. So I've, like I said, had this car for 6 months. Bought it brand new off a dealer lot. It had about, I think, 52 miles on it or something. Probably 20 of those were from test drives, and then I think the other 30 or something was the dealer actually had to move it from one dealership to another to get it to where we were going to pick it up from the salesman. And overall, really no complaints. There's a lot of cool options with these. The shaker hood, that's something super unique. You don't see that anymore. You don't see these big air intakes, hood scoops on the top of cars anymore. So I thought that was an awesome addition. That was definitely something that went into me getting this vehicle. Pretty much my 2 requirements on this vehicle were the shaker hood, because I just thought it was super cool that you get like a modernized hood air intake, this big hood scoop, and also the Destroyer Gray. That was a color that I'd like seen a couple times. I had seen it in person, I'd seen it in videos, and I just loved this color. It's unique. It's like a dull gray color, as you can see. Let me step out of here. I mean, it's just, there's something special about it. It's not an everyday gray color that you see all the time. I know it's just gray. It's not the loudest color. It doesn't scream, hey, look at me. But it's just totally awesome. It just looks like a really cool sports car in this color. Smoke Show now they've come out with. Smoke Show looks a lot better in person than it does on a picture. You can still take a good picture. Don't get me wrong. Don't hate. You can still take a good picture of a Smoke Show car, and make it look good. It just looks more blue to me. But if you're in person, it definitely looks like a light gray color. So I definitely recommend, if you're thinking about getting a Smoke Show color, check it out in person before you make your decision on it, because I think it looks a lot better in person. And I'll be honest, if they had this and Smoke Show out at the same time, I'd be torn. I would have been thinking about Smoke Show. I probably still would have went with this, because My heart's near and dear to this color, but Smoke Show is definitely another cool color. Anyways, back to the car though. Overall, no complaints with it. 6 months, owned it. No issues with the engine, electrical, none of that. Everything worked. I did go get the windows tinted also, forgot to mention that. But yeah, the windows tinted 15% except for the windshield. I did not tint the windshield at all. But the rest of the way around, it's tinted at 15%. I don't know, I kind of wish I would have went darker, but it's still pretty dark. Pretty tough to see in. Real tough to see at night for all of you that if your window's tinted, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, overall, highly recommend getting this car. If you're thinking about it, if you're like, I don't know if I should go with the Camaro, the Mustang, the Challenger, if you're torn between all three, go drive all three, see which one you have the most fun in. At the end of the day, a car isn't about what everyone else perceives it as, it's about what you want it to be and what you really love and enjoy. I test drove a Mustang, test drove a Camaro, had to amputate both my legs when I got into the Camaro, but that's for another video. Camaros are still great, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely a situation for where those are an option over something like this. Basically, if you plan anyone else to be in your vehicle, I don't know if a Camaro's the right choice for you, but they're still a great car, super fast, super fun. Even their V6 has a lot of punch, but overall, like I said, I've been a Challenger fan since I was a little kid. How could I not go with it? So, yeah. Now let's check out some of the things I did to it. So for those of you that were wondering, yes, I did have a chair right here, and yes, I was planning on sitting in it to do this, but I ended up standing. So leave a like if you noticed the chair before. If you had to go back, then I'm sorry you didn't pay any attention. Anyways, so a couple of things that I've done to this vehicle are right here in the engine bay. So let's go over them here real quick. Turn you down here, and we'll even give you a little bit of a zoom so you can see. Oh, that's way too slow. There we go, that's the button we're looking for. So, first thing you notice, there is a red strut brace. This is a Speedlogic strut brace. It does go around behind the shaker hood, or the shaker on top of the engine here. That being said, it does fit with the shaker. If you want to see how this was installed, go check out one of my older videos. Speedlogic also has it on their strut bar. When you go to purchase one of their strut bars, you can, for the shaker, you can see the video on there. Or you can go to my channel, check out that video. Click on my channel, check it out if you're interested. Also, these are the OEM or the original manufacturer strut brace covers. They come on the vehicle. What I did is I had these and these original plastic pieces here. Give you a look at those. I had these hydro dipped in a flame pattern with a honeycomb covering. So as you can see, the honeycombs cover the flame pattern. Give you a better view of this here. As you can see, it turned out really good. So that was all hydro dipped by someone locally here. Then Billet Technologies got the oil catch can. Just installed that. If you want to see a video of that being installed, check out my channel, got a video of that. If you also want to see where I got these things from, I also have links on those videos respectively of where those things, where I installed these things. So check that out. All right, so definitely did some more to this car than just the stuff in the engine bay. Definitely got some more stuff planned for the engine bay. That being said, I got a couple more things that we did to the trunk, and then I got a couple more things that I did to the interior of the vehicle. I'll show you those. So, another thing that I did to this car, sorry it's being focused here. Another thing that I did to this car, Zilla 1 add-ons splitter extension with the red splitter support rods. Did the side skirts from Zilla 1 add-ons. Got those on the back here. Planning on getting the diffuser soon. The rear diffuser, don't have that installed yet. But while we're headed back here, let's talk about the trunk. So this is from Grand Design Mats. This is my license plate and the Scat Pack logo. You can check out the install and where to get that from my Grand Design Mat installation video. And another Speedlogix strut support bar in the trunk of the vehicle with a red light. That's why it looks a little wonky. Let me light this up here for you. Give you a little better look at it. So this, you can see this installed in the same video as the strut bar in the engine bay. So go to my channel, check that out if you're curious on where to get that from. Or that. There's a video for that too. So, done with the trunk. Here's my Instagram. Let's see what we did on the interior. So, as you can see there, we got the Scat Pack logo. That's probably one of the easiest upgrades you can do to these cars. There's also a video for that, Visual Challenger mods. Check that out on my channel if you want to see that. I also did all this stitch lining on the inside of the doors. So all this red was not original. I did that. That's also in a video on my channel. And then I did a red light, LED lighting. And did some badging on the steering wheel itself. You can see it says Shaker and Scat Pack. And then I got the Scat Pack emblem on the start button too. If you want to see how that's done, check out my Rebadge Designs video. So, a couple other things. I also have LED underglow and LED engine glow. Can't turn it on right now. There was a short in one of the LEDs. We had a whole bunch of problems with it. I completely disconnected it. And right now I'm in the process of putting a switch in so I don't have to change out the one LED thing because the company that sold it to me I cannot get a hold of to get a new LED strip to replace that one. So, it still works. It's just not hooked up right now. It'll be in a video in the future. So, to kind of sum up, my 6-month review of the Challenger is it's completely worth it. If you're looking for a vehicle that you can have fun in, has ample amount of room and space, gets head turns, gets looks, I definitely recommend the Dodge Challenger. Not only is it a muscle car, it's a great vehicle to have and own. I've absolutely loved owning mine for 6 months. I think I've got 5,300 miles on it right now, and I've had it for about 6 months. I had to drive it back from Atlanta. You'll hear that story again in an upcoming video. So be sure to hit subscribe, like this video, comment, let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Just wanted to do a quick video, kind of give you an update. Long story short, it's cold here. It's like 30 degrees. It rains, it snows, it does all those things. It's not fun. That being said, haven't driven it a lot, so I'm kind of waiting for the weather to get nicer so I can drive it. I will be doing a video also on my daily driver, just so you guys can check it out. It's a Ford Fiesta ST, so it's a pretty cool little car. I've got an idea for that. I'll give you a hint. Toothless the Dragon. That's what's coming up for the theme of that car. You can Google it. You can find out what that looks like, and then you kind of get a picture in your head. So I'll be doing a lot of videos on that in the near future. First things first, I got to get a better exhaust system on this. It's great. It's loud-ish. You know, it could be louder. I want it to be louder, so I'm definitely going to be upgrading the exhaust system on this guy, and probably putting some long tube headers on it. So that's kind of the next upgrade for this. That's why it's been kind of stagnant. I've been saving up my money for doing that, but we're getting real close. We're like over halfway there. So it'll be coming up, I'd say, in the next 2 months or so. Along with a bunch of other good content. We've got some big surprises coming your way. Hint, this will not be the only Dodge vehicle in this garage anymore. Another hint, it is not my vehicle, but very close family members of mine actually went from a Camaro fan to a Dodge fan. Not going to tell you what they got, not going to give it away, but if you do have any questions or ideas on, or if you just want to guess what they got, leave it down in the comments. I will unveil that they did get a Dodge vehicle. So you can guess, was it Charger Hellcat Redeye? Was it a Charger Hellcat? Was it a Dodge Durango Hellcat? Was it a Dodge Durango 392? Was it another Challenger? I don't know. Leave your comments down below. Take a guess. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for checking out the channel. All your likes, comments, and subscribes really help out. I'll definitely be making more content for y'all. So leave a like, leave a comment. And see you guys in the next one, hopefully with a little louder exhaust. Thanks for watching.
You crossed the line. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. This time you crossed the line.
Like I said, I already love these cars, so I don't have much to complain about. I mean, look at it, it's awesome. It screams muscle. It screams American muscle from the 70s. It screams, I want to go fast in a straight line very quickly. That's what this car is designed to do. If you're getting this car and you expect to go on a racetrack and get the fastest lap out there, go get a Porsche. Go get a Corvette. I don't know. Corvettes still go fast in a straight line, but this is designed for fast in a straight line. It's heavy. Yes, I get that. But it has character to be heavy.